We're going to go live. Here we go.
Great.
And we're live. Hi, everybody on YouTube. So we are waiting for the Psychic Talk Radio Network show to start, and you're going to get the behind the scenes because you're going to hear the music start up and everything and get the radio simulcast going at the same time. Oh, what do you got there, Mary?
I have got, I used the therapist deck again, the emotional support animals for my card of the day, and also the Visionary Path Tarot. It's like a shamanic deck by Lucy Delix I'm using today I got
my Darth Vader shirt on, and he's reading, How to Build a Better Death Star book.
I like that.
I love your show will go live in 5 seconds.
Going live.
4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Coast to coast and worldwide. Gotta love the music,
I
do. This is the full track, folks, from Rajan Pakim's album Tarot. 22 tracks for the major arcana. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Rosie. Here we are. We're getting going, folks. Got some people calling in. Mystic Martian. I got to get that then.
Yes. You should get the deck.
And no, they can't hear us on the radio yet.
Okay.
They will in a second, though. We're going to go live right now. 1, 0. Liftoff.
Yay.
And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you may be listening to us across the entire globe. Welcome to Tarot Today Live. I'm Dax Carlisle, coming to you live from Tucson, Arizona. I'm here with the fabulous Mary Brown, all the way from Amarillo, Texas. Hey,
the miracle.
Yeah,
I'm doing good. How are you? How's tricks? How
modern technology? Just love the modern technology. In fact, our psychic spin segment today, we're going to talk a little bit about technology.
Talk a lot about it.
So let's see who's calling in. There's some people calling in. I see in the chat room on YouTube, we've got Rosie and Nilda's back. Nilda's back. Hi, Nilda. Sharon's in there. Rosie was in like 15 minutes before the show. If you're listening to us on Blog Talk Radio, we're simulcasting. We are live video streaming on YouTube right now. You can come over there to YouTube. And it's Tarot Today Live on YouTube. You can find the channel and then just click on the current live and pop in the chat room with us, because you can chat with us live in there. And by the way, if you're in the chat room on YouTube watching us right now, you can call into the show. What's that number, Mary?
What is the number? It's 714-816-4628. Be sure to press the number 1 on your dial pad, because it raises your skinny little alien arm in the air, so Dax can see that you want to talk to us about something. I don't know what you want to talk about. Maybe you have a burning question. Maybe you want a mini reading. Maybe you have your own amazing insight into tarot or just life in general that you'd like to share with us. We want to hear it. Give us a call.
We want to hear it. Give us a call. I love that. And by the way, if you're in the chat or if you're calling in, besides a mini reading, you could ask us about tarot, numerology in general, professional reader certification, membership, and just
crystals.
Chat with us.
Ask us about crystals.
Crystals. Oh, yeah. In fact, I got news about that. There's going to be a tarot and crystal show coming up on the network shortly. And let's see. What else? You can ask for a mini reading in the chat, just type that in. Yeah, maybe you just want a general, you want us to pull a couple cards for you, or a card or something. Just say that in the chat. Please pull a card for me. But if you have a specific question, type it into the chat. And of course, we'll be giving priority to the phone calls today because we are simulcasting on Blog Talk. Awesome sauce. So real quick, before we do anything else, I want to mention a couple things so people can get set up here. One is on today's Psychic Spin, we're going to be talking about, how will AI tarot decks impact the market in the future? I wrote an article on this. So while we're getting ready, and doing the cards of the day, numerology of the day, you can go check out this article real quick. Just open a new tab in your browser, go over to the website, thetarotguild.com. You'll see this banner right there on the main page. Just click on that. You can check out my article. What else was I going to mention? Oh, yeah, what I just said. Gina Jean is going to be back on Magic Universe with Sharona. This is not for a few weeks. This is Sunday, May 14th. But just giving you a heads up that she's going to be talking about crystals and tarot with Sharona on that show. So go check that out. And then let's see, right after that, on a Tuesday, we're doing it actually Tuesday, the 16th of May. We're having another free workshop. And this is with author Nicole Colella. And it's going to be niching or niching. The riches are in the niches. So I guess you're supposed to say it that way. Niching your tarot business, how to stand out in a sea of readers. It'll be live via Zoom. And if you go over to thetarotguild.com, you'll see this banner on the main page there, niching your tarot biz. Just click on that and you can get the Zoom link and join us in a few weeks. We usually do a lot of our workshops on Sunday, but we are doing it. We're doing it on a Tuesday. Why not? Actually, it's going to be, I have to get up really early because it's going to be 9 a.m. Pacific time and noon Eastern US. And of course, that'll be 5 p.m. in London. Anyway, just, some stuff coming up, get you aware of. Mary, did you get a card of the day? What was your card?
I did. I got an Oracle card of the day and a tarot card of the day. And the tarot card of the day comes from the Visionary Path Tarot by Lucy Delix. It's a real trippy shamanic deck that I really like. And look at the back design. It's like, oh yeah, we're doing stuff with this. I don't know what we're doing. We're doing stuff. I got the Two of Swords. And it's interesting because with the Two of Swords, you might think like, wow, that's not the card I want to get for my day. But, let's go with like the peaceful aspect of it, of like putting our mind at ease, right? Swords are connected to thoughts and our mental processes and air, the air we breathe. I feel like it's saying like, just breathe easy, even though it might be because if you look at that, it just feels like, some people out there might be having a hard time, like just kind of freeing their mind a little, and who was it in Vogue that once famously said, free your mind and the rest will follow. And for people who are having a particularly hard day today, I drew a Therapet's emotional support animal card.
Oh, we need that.
And yeah, we do. We got a pink unicorn saying, just because you feel like trash doesn't mean you are trash. So that is a crazy message, but yeah, sometimes we feel kind of crappy, or we don't feel so great, about ourselves, or where we think we need to be in life, right? Like who thought they'd be where they are right now at this time?
Oh, gee, that's so true.
So it's like, look, you might feel like a total loser, a total failure. You may feel like trash. Somebody might see a pink unicorn and say, that's trash. But that doesn't mean that it is. And it doesn't mean that you are. So that's
Mary,
what I got.
What you said about, we never thought we'd be. Can you imagine back like when we were in the military, and if they had told us that we'd be doing a tarot show on YouTube and there would be even that YouTube would exist, and that we could be on camera, have our own TV show and radio. We would have said
See,
you're nuts.
I helped field like the first Unix system when I was in the military. So I could see a YouTube happening. I just couldn't understand why anybody would need it. You
Mhm.
know, I didn't see all the ways in which the internet would be utilized. It's like people have phones.
Yeah.
They don't need to like do all this. And apparently they do. Here we are. But what did
Wow.
you get? Did you get a card of the day and
Well,
all that?
yeah, and to do something happy, I got a happy card. I got the 9 of Cups. This is in the gold foil. Oh, I also have the Radiant deck version up here. You can take a look at the Radiant deck version of it. It's got some brighter colors than the standard Waite Smith. And hey, it's always great to get the 9 of Cups. It's Saturday, right? Time to party. Also, when I first pulled this card, I got the feeling that a lot of you are making progress. You've been coming here, watching the show a lot, and some of you have become professional readers. You've joined the guild. You've set out to manifest things, and it's happening. So this is also a hint, this card, to celebrate those successes. Don't forget to celebrate the successes. The numerology today, the 29th, obviously 2 + 9 is 11, reduces to that 2 energy, relationships and so forth. But before the reduction, it's 11, the master illuminator number. So teaching and learning. And interesting, the entire date, when you add it up, Mary, adds up to 22, the master
Ooh,
builder number. Yeah. And 4, it reduces 2
yeah.
+ 2 is 4, so it reduces to that structure number. But we've got the master illuminator, the master builder number. And so what I want to say about that, double duty with the 9 of Cups here is, hey, what's going to be emotionally satisfying for you ultimately as you're looking at growing your abundance. So there you go, the card of the day and the numerology.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Oh, lots of stuff in there. Tarot Destroyer's in there. Hi, Tarot. She's going, Tarot Destroyer, Tarot Destroyer. I don't know. I do not know what you are doing. 87, 87. I don't know what that means. Okay, we're going a little crazy here.
Peculiar.
Yes, I do not know what's going on with that. Anyway, but Nilda's in there as well and had asked something. These are my numbers: 11, 11, 60, 11, 11, 1960. Can you imagine that? 11, 11, 2 master numbers, the master illuminator number twice. And by the way, that adds up to 22, the master builder number, and reduces to 4. So her attitude is 4. She likes that structure. But isn't that interesting, Mary, that the date and the day gave us 11 and 22. And then the first thing in the chat is Nilda saying, I was born 11, 11, 1960. And
That's
so
cool.
she's got the 11 and the 22. And she said, what do you see in the, what do we see in the numbers for me next 3 months? Mary, what stone would help me manifest for me personally? What stone would help me manifest for me personally?
What stone is going to help you manifest for you personally? Well, number one thing is like, what do you want to manifest? Right. That would be my first thing that I would do. It's like, I would look at like, what is it? Do I want to manifest good health? Do I want to, improve my finances? Do I want to improve my career? Do I want to, manifest a better family, bonding and relationships? It's hard to say, but let me just use one of my crystal decks and see what card comes up here. Well, okay. If the manifesting, it's such an awkward word, manifesting, right? It's like, what do we want to change? What do we want to get? This card that comes up is Malachite, and it's talking about healing. Okay. And so a lot of times when we think, I tend to think of different areas of life as, as places where, sometimes healing needs to take place. Like, like maybe I need to heal my bank account. Maybe I need to heal a friendship. Maybe I need to heal, you know, relationships with my coworkers, or if I'm, you know, if I've got a team of people that I'm working with, or that, you know, are working for me, how do I heal the cohesion? You know, so you can look at healing in different ways. Malachite is just a gorgeous stone. It's a green, and it has those um, different, you know, circles in it. It's, you know, kind of like you know, in this particular thing, you see a slice of it. And so it kind of reminds you of an agate with those different layers. But I mean, I don't have a piece handy on my table, but it has all different kinds of interesting designs in it. And sometimes it's a great stone to just sit with and like just get into it, like just gaze at it. Like me, I can spend I can spend hours in full, like blissful state of just gazing at crystals, and then the things that come into your mind. It's not like meditation. It's like, that's how it works. That's how you get the communication going. What comes to your mind, focus on the area of life that, or the thing that you want to manifest. Sit with a piece of malachite and just like breathe it in, feel it, you know. Yeah. That's what I got. And what were you got to tell her about the numbers?
Yeah. Well, you know, she was asking about what's coming up in the next 3 months. And, you know, the numerology is not going to tell me that unless I sit down and do your numerology chart and then figure out the numbers for the next few months, which obviously we don't have time to do that on air. However, as I said, I did you know, reduce your month and day. That gives us your attitude number. 4, you do well within structure. And then 1960 was a 7-year, just like this world year is today. I mean, right now, you know, 2023, 2 + 2 is 4 + 3 is 7. So your personal year number is aligning with the world year number, which is really, really cool. Also, your birth year plus your day and month gives us your life path number, which is 11. Again, you have so many 11s in there. That's the master illuminator number. And Nilda, you are supposed to be teaching the higher concepts to the rest of us. And if you're not teaching, and by the way, when I say teaching, yeah, it could be formal class teaching, but it could also be doing a podcast, doing a radio show, doing a YouTube channel, writing a book, teaching classes. I mean, it's just endless, you know, how you could be doing this, you know, teaching little workshops. You should be putting the information out there for everybody else and making sense of it for all of us. But just real quickly to look at what's going on over the next few months, I'm getting all these swords cards. I'm getting the 6 of swords. So 6 is success. You are making slow, steady progress towards your goal. But then I get the 7 of swords. Okay. You know, you're trying to pick up too much. And the 3 of swords. Okay. So 3 months from now, something might happen. Just putting that out there. You know, this is one of the grief cards. But notice the theme here. All these cards are swords. Swords are thoughts and ideas. Okay. If anything's holding you back, that's what's holding you back. You know, you want to get every last sword. And instead, what you really should be doing is focusing on one thing. And tarot gives us a clue as to what that is, because the next card I pulled was the Queen of Pentacles. So that's the mom card for me. That's the nurturing energy. Think of the card of the day today, the 9 of Cups. So that, remember I said, what would be emotionally fulfilling to you? And where that intersects with this, the nurturing energy, how can you nurture and help other people? Which, by the way, you can also do with the teaching I was just talking about. That's where you're going to be really successful and emotionally fulfilled. Okay. So think about that. You know, what can you focus on? One thing where you solve one problem with, you know, one skill, and give that some thought, Nilda. Awesome sauce. So, cool. Mary, what you want to do? Do you want to take a phone call first? Do you want to go into the psychic spin segment? What you think?
psychic spin segment.
Okay. We're going to do that. So here we are. This is our psychic spin segment, the last Saturday of every month. This is when we look at the big questions, right, Mary? What do we ask?
The big question.
You know, we ask tarot what's going on in the news, current events, how the universe works, you know,
the meaning of life.
Are there aliens, you know? And
our robots taking over.
Our robots taking over. We actually did that, folks. You know, our robots taking over the world.
Yes.
And you know, you guys can participate in this. All you gotta do is go over to tarottoday.live, our page on the Tarot Guild site, and you'll see a message Mary, message Dax button. Just click on that, send us a message. Let us know the things you'd like us to look into on these psychic spin segments. If we get a bunch of them, I may even impromptu pop on a Wednesday or something and do it. You know, we'll see. Surprise. But we noticed that there's a lot of conversation going on about AI. And, you know, as I mentioned earlier, where's that banner is the how will AI tarot decks impact the market in the future? I wrote a whole article on it. So go check that out, folks, on the Tarot Guild website. And we're going to ask the tarot about it because a lot of people are, you know, think of it as a miracle, and other people are freaked out by it. They think it's a menace, you know, AI art. What do you think, Mary?
A blessing or a curse?
Blessing or a curse?
Yeah. AI art. It's hard to say that. What do I think of it? I feel like, you know, like, look, you know, I kind of like, that's kind of my approach to making art, is to make art that like AI wouldn't think of making.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen your art and it's right behind you.
Right. You know, like, what computer is going to make that or this? None. Right. I think, you know, if I can defy the logic of the computer, you know, but that's just me. I know a lot of other artists are kind of like, one, you know, if they can use it sort of like a tool, like Photoshop, that's one thing, you know, but, you know, for other people, there's a lot of people too that right now are just having fun with it. Like, what can it do? Like, some of my friends that are like still in the movie business, you know, they're like, okay, you know, now I can take, you know, this Marvel hero and have him battle this DC Comics hero, you know, and create this wacky scene, you know.
That is so cool. I think I've seen some of that.
Yeah. And I feel like in a sense, we, you know, is it going to make a difference when it comes to tarot decks? I kind of feel like Photoshop already made the biggest difference, you know, and I think anything from there is just like, okay, it just looks better or not, but that doesn't mean that as a divinatory tool, it's going to have a soul that we kind of, or what we think of as a soul, you know, when we work with a deck. You know, it's that X factor. It's that extra thing where you could have the crappiest looking art, you know, it's all in the, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but you could have the crappiest looking art deck, and yet like that's your best reading deck ever. And you don't know why. And, you know, but you do better readings with it if the information flows better. So it's hard to say how it's going to impact it. But what do you think?
Awesome sauce popping back on here. So, you know, as I said in my article, yeah, you know, I can see both sides of it. And if people are just generating art, and it's in its infancy right now as far as a tool and it being accessible to everybody, I mean, it takes some engineering, you know, just what you're putting in there to get an image to come out the way you want. It's not as easy as people think, but you can randomly tell it to generate art. And if you're just taking that and throwing it on a card, you know, that's not a cohesive deck to me. That's nothing I want to buy anyway, you know, and I can't imagine trying to use that to do a reading, you know. But as a tool for an actual artist, yes, I can see that. You know, when digital art came out, like the kind of decks that Tira Marchetti does, 20 years ago, and over the last couple of decades, a lot of people were against that. It's it's not real art, which we know it is. And just look at the popularity of his decks. I think that AI art is going to evolve, and people's issues with it, I think, I don't think it's going to be as bad as people think it is. I think it's going to evolve into a tool that actual artists can use to make actual decks that are, have a theme and are consistent and not just random images. It'd be like a tool, like a brush or an element put into a piece of digital art. To me, it's all the same thing. But we should pull some cards and see what the tarot has to say. What's it?
Yeah.
How's it going to affect the market here? Let's see. We'll pull some cards out here. Okay. So I did ask this about, is it going to affect the market overall negatively? And I got no, yes. So it's leaning no, that ultimately it's not going to be bad like we think it's going to be. Well, not we, but there are some people out there that are really decrying the whole AI art thing, especially in tarot decks. I think a lot of this stems from, we got the devil card here. We are attached to the way things are, just like when digital art came out and people were attached to, no, art is when you use clay or you paint something, or drawing with pencils and, even crayons, it's like, yeah, that's real art. Digital art isn't. No, it is art. And we just are attached to this idea. And the Five of Swords, I find this to be very interesting. I think there's a couple of things going on. First of all, I think on one layer, it's representing how, only the people that could, that are actual artists that could do art were the winners. The rest of us that are not artistically inclined, we're back here. Also, I think that because this is right next to the devil card, like this, what I think was going on with this is, on another layer, it could be seen that these are the people in the background are, the current deck creators, and that they're feeling like AI art's going to steal their thunder, and that's how they're feeling. And that's because they're attached to that proposition. Now it is a transitory or transition period here, because we did get the death card right next to the devil card. When I first saw that, it didn't look too promising, but yeah, I think we are going through a transition, but I think we're going to come out of it on the other side better off than we were before, which every new innovation, that seems like what happens, right? We go through this period. And right after that, I got the Ace of Cups, really positive. I mean, this opens the doors for a lot of things. Now, the cup is overflowing, Mary. And so the feeling I got from this is, yeah, initially there's going to be, people are going to flood the market with this stuff. And most of it's going to be bad, kind of crappy, vacant, empty art, thrown on cards, stuck on Etsy. The Chinese are going to pop out billions of these decks, but I think it also is an opportunity. The one door closes, another door opens, and then we have this new opportunity to create something here. And then the Page of Swords comes in, and the Page of Swords, the way it came up in my reading, was like this. He's looking back on this this cup, but this is where we eventually get here, where we're able to critically think about this and actually, make it into a tool, make it something positive. So that's the cards that I got on it. What did you ask?
What I asked is actually, how is it going to affect tarot readings?
Cool.
like reading with these decks. And the first thing that came up actually was the Page of Wands. And I feel like, okay, so there's really going to be a curiosity factor, like it's new, it's interesting. People are going to be curious. They're going to want to try it. 3 wands, they're really going to be looking at it, seeing what's, coming up. It's also like assessing, like, okay, how did that reading turn out compared to others? And I think for readers themselves, I think they're going to be looking at those decks kind of like, okay, you're going to have like two camps. There's a 2 of wands. So, it could go either way with as far as how popular it is with readers in the long run. I do have the 9 of swords. There's a lot of, worry and, don't lose any sleep over it, people, right? But in the end, I got the Knight of Pentacles, which is interesting. And I think that that's true for readers and people who get readings. Ultimately, you're going to keep going back for what you feel you can count on. What's dependable. Is a reading done just through AI going to feel, valuable in the long run? I'm not so sure. You miss that personal connection, right? And I think for the decks for readers, I feel like, again, they're going to stick with sort of tried and true for them. There might be some new decks that come out using AI that are just fabulous and you want to have it in your collection or you really like it. But I don't feel like it's going to change that many things when it comes to readings and stuff like that.
Very similar to what I got. And I know we're talking about AI art and creating decks with it, but one thing I did mention in my article was I think at least for the foreseeable future, the next few years anyway, us as readers are safe because it's not just the art, it's the AI doing the reading. What about that? And I've seen some examples of that online and on YouTube, and people tried it out and stuff. And I think we're really far off from AI actually being able to do a decent reading. And by the way, when I say do a reading, I'm talking about mimic a human like tarot experience with the empathy and so forth. I think it's possible that AI may never be able to do readings like we do. They may be able to mimic, they may get so good. Remember, it's called artificial intelligence. They're able to fake it. All right. But still, no matter how complicated and sophisticated AI gets, it'll never have a connection like we do with our subconscious, with our collective conscious, our higher self, where the real reading happens, So I think we're years off before they can even fake it. I don't think they'll ever get to be able to replace a human. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. So there you go. The psychic spin. Was there anything else we wanted to ask, or did we pretty much covered it? I think.
I feel like we covered it.
Yeah. Yep. Me too. So there you go, folks. The psychic spin on AI art and how it's going to affect the market. All right. Okay, so let's go to the phone lines here. Real quick before we go to the phone lines, wanted to mention programming changes starting here as we go into May. That I already mentioned Sharona's next show with Gina Jean. She's also going to have on Sasha Graham again towards the end of the month of May. So it's very interesting. On Mother's Day is when Gina Jean's going to be on the show on the 14th. And then right before Memorial Day, Tarot of the Witch's Garden, Sasha Graham's going to come back on the show with Sharona. And as far as us, we've been doing our Saturday and Monday shows. We're going to, of course, continue doing our Saturday show is our flagship show, where we simulcast on Blog Talk and so forth like that. Now, the Monday show and throughout the week, we're going to start playing with that, folks, just so you know. Okay. I'll probably be here on Monday. Probably, and we're going to try some experimentation with the channel. So you can always count on us being here on Saturday. But in May, we're going to play around a little bit. Like, what happens if we do a show Tuesday night? And what happens if I pop on and do a live at 8:00 in the morning on a Thursday? I mean, we're just going to experiment.
What happens?
We're going to experiment. Yes. So a lot of that will be impromptu. I won't, I'll have the Saturday show scheduled on the YouTube channel, but I won't be having the other ones scheduled. It'll pop up in your feed that I'm live. That's what it's going to be. So I wanted to let everybody know about that programming change.
Yeah. And we're going to also, stay tuned for more like standalone videos and interviews. Check out the whole channel. Check out the whole thing.
There's a lot more going on. I just did the interview with Nicole. I have a couple other interviews lined up. Some of our members that have written books and so forth and created decks, and we're going to be getting them on. Also, if you're one of our premium members or lifetime members, that's one of the perks. If you want to be interviewed, let me know. Just go over and go to my page and message me and send me a message. Hey, Dax, I want to be on the show, or I want a standalone, pre-recorded video. We can do it, video interview. We can do it either way. Just let me know. So we'll be doing that as well, plus educational stuff as well. And let's see, our ads real quick. Wanted to mention you got to everybody that you can book a reading with Mary or myself. $44.44. That's a special only for you guys listening on Blog Talk Radio or watching us on the YouTube channel. And again, you'll be able to book that by messaging us on the Tarot Today live page on the Tarot Guild website. And the URL tarottoday.live will take you right there. So you can book a private session with either one of us. You can also grab us a cup of coffee on that same page, tarottoday.live. Scroll all the way to the bottom. You'll see the banner for Get Mary and Dax a cup of coffee. Just click on that. That's our tip jar. And you can also on the same page book a 30-minute tag team private session with Mary and I both together for just $99.99. And it's similar to how we do the readings on these shows, only instead of, 2 or 3 minutes with you, we can spend a whole half hour and answer a lot of your questions. Also wanted to mention, speaking of lifetime members, come over and join the membership. You can join the website, thetarotguild.com, free at the top of any page. Just click sign up and you'll get our email blast newsletters and everything. But you can also join as a lifetime member. You're paid up for life, no annual fees. And you're going to get my tarot and numerology course included. Also, professional tarot reader certification is included, the CTR level 1, and 50% off higher levels of certification like certified tarot professional, certified tarot master. And as I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, guest appearances and interviews, promotion of you and your business and all. It's $197 right now, or 5 payments of $49.99. The premium membership is also still available, though, on the Tarot Guild website. It's $1 a month. I kid you not, $12 a year, and nice discounts on my course and on certification and so forth with the premium membership. But the lifetime membership includes everything free. Anyway, so just want to let everybody know about that. And we're going to pop over to the phone lines and see what's going on.
Awesome.
Who's been waiting the longest, Mary? We got a bunch of callers now. Area code 646 been waiting the longest. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Dax and Mary. This is Miranda. I'm calling from New York.
Miranda.
Hi, Miranda. What did you want to talk about?
Hi. Yeah, I have a question. So I made a proposal I'm trying to sell my home, and I asked my agent to get in touch with this guy, and I'm wondering, like a potential buyer, and I'm wondering if he's going to come through.
Is he going to buy it? Right? Is he going to come through as a buyer?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
I basically said, okay, can you do it at this price range and like this price?
Right. Okay. Well,
Like
this
he has shown
is,
interest, and finally I'm willing to come down.
I think that this looks pretty good, actually, because what I've got here right at the center is the 6 of Swords. So we see some movement, the situation improving. You said you had to come down on price a little bit. I got the Knight of Cups in the past position. Like he already liked the house, but yeah, maybe the price was a little bit, the 7 of Wands comes up underneath everything. It's like, okay, you dropping the price is sort of like letting your guard down a little bit, like saying, okay, I could meet closer to what you want. And that has changed him into a man of action, the Knight of Wands. So I think that this looks pretty good, but let's see what Dax is getting on this.
I have to agree, Mary. I have to agree. Yeah, I did a yes, no spread on this, and I got all these major arcana cards. Yes, the Lovers, the Fool card, the Hierophant. Yes. 8 of Pentacles. Yes. Ace of Cups. Technically that's a 1, so that would be a no, but aces are always yes in my head. Anyway, so it's 4 or 5 yeses here, and I agree with Mary. I got the Lovers card. He was already in love with the property. The Fool card. The buyer's going to take the lead. Yep. Now the 8 of Pentacles might indicate that there may be some work that needs to be done in the financial area on his end or her end. But it looks really good. And then we end up with that Ace of Cups I mentioned. I think it looks really good.
Oh, wonderful. I hope
that
so.
helped you out, Miranda.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks for calling.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Thanks for calling in. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We're going to go over to, let's see, area code 415 has been waiting the longest. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Anne calling from New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Hi, Anne. What do you want to talk about?
Hi. I would like to talk about a fun summer job. I'd like to do something. Doesn't have to be, if it leads to something permanent, it's great, but there's a lot of people here that hire in May. Kind of like May through Labor Day is busy, and so anything about what you see for that.
Cool.
Yeah, I definitely think you're going to be able to do that. I'm getting lots of yeses here. Eight of Swords. I kind of get the feeling like you're overthinking this a little bit. I mean, not a lot, but just a little bit, because I get this 8 of Swords.
Oh, yeah.
She's surrounded by all these thoughts and ideas. And it's like, don't overthink it. Just, and remember the theme of the day. Got that 9 of Cups as my card of the day. And I was talking about, what's emotionally fulfilling for you and what's fun. And, just pick something where you can really just have fun. It's not going to be like anything big, make a lot of money. I got as an example, the 6 of Pentacles, which is the success card. 6 is success, the number in numerology. But, in this one, it's money coming through, but, trickle, it's a trickle of money. And, for those that can see this on YouTube, he's giving alms out to the poor, and basically, the coins are like trickling down. You'll make a little money, but it's nothing super exciting. But yes, you'll be able to set this up for sure. I'm trying to see if I'm really not getting a strong indication of what exactly it would be, but it's something simple. It's something, when you take the blinders off, Eight of Swords, take the blindfold off and just stop overthinking it, you're just going to see the perfect thing right there. You're just going to be like, oh yeah, I could do that.
Mhm.
And the place to always look, I got the Seven of Wands, and in the Seven of Wands, this person is has the high ground, and with wands, with that fire energy, these are the skills and abilities that he has. And that may be your answer, is to look there first. It's like, okay, what have I done? And it doesn't have to be exact, but what relates to things I've done and that I already have skills and abilities in. But let's see what Mary's getting. She might have the perfect idea.
Maybe, right? Yeah, I don't know. My central focus card is the Emperor card, but check it out in this deck. He's like in a mushroom. So maybe it's like, mushroom tourism. I don't know.
Could be.
That'd be wild, right? Or maybe something with water. I just feel like it has, this is like the tourist season in New Mexico, but the one thing that we really get with the Emperor card though, is it's something that's already like really established, and that may be why it's like kind of easy. It's like, yeah, it's established. People do this, people go there. And so they need to hire people. And this could be fun because people go there for fun. So, and Two of Cups comes up here. So again, I think maybe it's connected to water. There's a lot of fun water stuff. New Mexico's awesome. Anyway, the land of enchantments, again, the mushroom dude. But yeah, I think this is going to be easy for you. And I think that, it's just going to be something where, at some point it's just going to be obvious to you, like something's going to click. And you're going to be like, yeah, I could do that. I want to do that. And then you do the thing, and it's all
ayahuasca
good.
tours or peyote or something. I mean,
hey. Psilocybin was what was
psilocybin.
indicated by the card.
That's what I thought of. Yeah. With the mushrooms.
Yeah, that's in Colorado. You can actually do that now in Colorado.
Yeah, right, man.
That's true. But
People
whatever
be
it is,
doing
make
it
sure
in
you
New
have
Mexico,
fun.
but maybe on the down low. Yeah, but yeah,
Like,
something established.
Oh, the Emperor. Yeah, what I think too much about is resume. I never like updating resumes. I always worry about,
don't overthink that though.
So many different things.
Yeah,
that's what I do. Yeah.
I think people overthink the resume. They put too much. They overdo it. I mean, especially if it's a summer thing, it's like, I don't need to tell them about what I did 50 years ago. It's like, simplify.
Yeah, what have you been doing in the last, 10 years? Just include the stuff that's important to you that you want them to know about you. And always at the top, you want to kind of just have something that you can shift, like an objective or something, something to shift it, or something you add in and take something else out to shift it, to tailor it to that job that you're applying for. Because a lot of times what people don't realize is that having everything in the kitchen sink doesn't read that great when you're trying to hire somebody. You want to know why they're good at what you want them to do for you.
Yeah.
And just, act excited about it. You're like, I want to be here,
Yes, it's all about that. Its personality has, especially a summer thing, it has nothing to do with your skills and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that helped you out. And
thanks for calling. Thanks for the question.
Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, Ann. Oh, I did want to mention one thing though. The central focus card, Mary, that I got was, the strength card here. And when you said established,
I do.
And that was one of the things that came up, but something else. And I can't tell you why, because it's not what's in the image of the card. When you look at the strength card, you got the woman there and you got the lion, right? When I looked at that, I saw the mermaid logo from Starbucks. I kid you not. I have no clue why.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I thought, hey, wait, that's a real fun thing to do. You meet all kinds of really cool people, and
Yeah.
be a barista in the summer at Starbucks.
Yeah. Why not?
Yep.
Sounds
That's what
like
I
a
thought of
blast.
when I saw that card. I wasn't even going to mention that because it sounded a little silly, but I was like, no, I gotta mention it. And still listening. So
I'm
hopefully she
glad you
got that.
did.
Yeah. So let's see if we can take one more call and then see what's going on in the chat room there. I haven't been able to be in the chat. I apologize to everybody in the chat room. Busy with the calls here. Area code 630 is next. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from? 630.
Hi, thank you for taking my call.
Hi.
Thank you for taking my call.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Dion.
What was that?
My name is Dion, and I'm calling from Wisconsin.
Dion from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
My name is-
What do you want to talk about?
Hi. Okay, so new beginnings, welcoming in the new, but like I still have anxiety about how it's going to turn out. So I'm talking about my move.
Okay, you want to go about you want to look at that move and see how's it really going to go. You're embracing the new, but you're still like a little freaked out about it. Like we all are. We usually are. It's like, this is exciting to jump off this cliff into the unknown, right? How's it going to go for you? And wow, it goes pretty fantastic. It's what I'm getting. What's interesting is we start off with these two court cards, the Queen and the King of Pentacles, with the king in the past. So, it could be like, of course, when you move from one location to another, that can impact, our relationships, our friendships, even with people and family. But and the Ten of Cups comes up overlooking everything else. Again, talking about family here. And with the Four of Pentacles underneath it. So like, sometimes, it's hard to let go in a sense. We want to hold on like so tightly to the way things are. That may not be exactly the case here. However, don't worry about it, because I think any changes that are naturally going to occur, it's all going to work out, because I got the Sun card. The Sun card, the bright, shiny, happy people and bright, shiny, happy feelings with the Ten of Cups going into the Sun card. I feel like this is going to be great, but yeah, it's an emotional adjustment, and it has to do with our relationships with people, whether those are friendships and family. Family seems to be, kind of highlighted with this. But let's see what Dax is getting, and maybe he has some more insight for you.
No, I think it's going to be good too.
Thank you.
If anything,
You're welcome.
Dion, again, like with the previous caller, is don't overthink this, And so I laid out the cards and bookended. That's when you have one card on one end and one card on the other end. Ace of Swords on one end, Ten of Swords on the other end there. So, you just have to stop overthinking and focus on the one idea that this is going to be a great move. You're going to, be where you want to be. The central focus card is the Six of Cups. There's that 6 energy again, the nurturer. 6 is success in numerology. And wherever you go, you're going to be able to make it home. That's what this is talking about. If anything, you might be a little attached to the past on this, because right next to, the Six of Cups is the nostalgia card. And then right next to it, we've got the Devil card, attachments, So I feel like the Devil card is on 2 different layers. One layer, along with the Six of Cups, being attached to the way things were, and places you've lived before, things along those lines, but also being on another level attached to a certain outcome. I think that is the little warning here is like, don't be attached to a certain outcome, that it has to be a certain way. Just let it happen. And I got the Queen of Wands. I think you're going to be really happy there. And, you'll be able to establish and maintain your independence. And yeah, it's looking really good, Dion.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I love the readings. Thank you.
Awesome.
Oh,
Thanks
you're
for
welcome.
calling in.
Yeah. Have a great weekend.
That was a fun one. That was a little different too.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to keep up with what's going on in the chat. I did spot Nilda's like, what way back in our psychic spin segment, what is AI art? Well, see, this is when artificial intelligence, and I don't know how intelligent the artificial is, it's not real AI. It's not real AI is sentient thinking. What it is it's a learning system that has learned and been programmed with a lot of text and images, and is able to manipulate that by the prompts that you put in. Words, I want a sky that's blue, that's cloudy, that's, putting all this information in, it generates art, and then in general, artificial intelligence, AI art is computer generated art, and so what we're specifically talking about is humans using something like Midjourney, putting in text prompts to generate art. However, there are AI programs where you just push a button and it just generates whatever it wants,
Yeah.
But in general, computer generated art. That's what we were talking about. Let's see if there was any questions in the chat. Sharona had popped in, by the way.
Hey, Sharona.
Her thought was AI just makes us artists even better. Oh, that's a way of looking at it. Yeah.
Cool.
Growing old with purpose, Rosie. Okay. Trying to see if there's any questions. I have to go through a lot of chat. I'm watching YouTube and see the show. Oh, I think someone's daughter was trying. I think Rosie's daughter was trying to come in and ask a question, and on her phone, it's like, well, you just use your YouTube app, and just search we're Tarot Today Live. So you do the @ Tarot Today Live. It'll come right up. Go on the channel. You'll see the live. Click on the live, and you'll be in here in the chat and be able to pop in your question. Or maybe Sharon means AI will be able to do a simple card meaning reading, but not intuitive and true interpretive reading. Yeah, that's what I was getting at, right, Mary?
Yeah, and that's what the reading I did, like, I think kind of showed, like, it's not gonna take over. It's not gonna be the same. It's like people, real people.
I don't know. If I look through here, I don't think there's any info said, will I get a reading as well? Info, if you want us to pull a card for you, just pop in there for us to pull a card for you, so we know.
Yeah, or just type in your question.
If you have a specific question, put the question in info entertainment 999. We'll try again next week. I don't know what you mean, Rosie. What are you trying next week? I don't trust random card picks online as much as I trust my own. Okay. And other real people pulling cards. Yeah. Real readings will always be real readings. I love that. Who was it that said that? I can't remember. I saw that when I was scrolling through real quick. I don't see. And we are at the end of the show here.
Yes, it is practically Pisces to couple Pisces to Taurus there. It's what it
couple Pisces to Taurus. But this was a fun show. Got some fun readings in.
This is cool.
Yeah, and the psychic spin was really cool, and I think I'm going to try to excerpt that out for everybody. Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, thanks everybody. We're out of time, but I will pop in sometime during this week, do a live or 2 or 3, and we'll be back
4 or
next
5,
Saturday though.
maybe 7.
Yeah. But
Awesome.
we will be back next Saturday for sure. And of course, remember, in between shows, you can always contact us on the Tarot Today live page on the Tarot Guild website, thetarotguild.com. Just click on Tarot Today Live in the navigation, or just type in www.tarottoday.live. That URL will take you right over to the page. You can message Mary and I in between shows. Maybe you have an idea for a show. Maybe you want to book a reading. The button for tag team readings is right there. And also, if you want to buy us a cup of coffee, all the way at the bottom is the banner for our tip jar. You can just click on there and send us a cup of coffee. So until next week, have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Good night, Mary Ellen.
Good night, John Boy.